Welcome to the Insurance Agents and Brokers Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the audio version of Don's Discussion. Don's Discussion is a bi-monthly guidance column in IA&B's Primary Agent magazine. The question posed for the November 2024 column is, can carriers use telematics data collected from insureds for purposes of claims investigation and settlement? And the answer is, the extent to which carriers can use data collected via telematics devices is primarily governed by two things. One, the language in the respective states' statutes, if any, and two, the contract between the insured and the carrier outlining the terms and conditions of use of the telematic device. As you know, for insureds who elect to use them, telematics devices such as Travelers' IntelliDrive, Safeco's RightTrack, and Progressive's Snapshot measure several elements of interest to carriers, like miles driven, time of day, the location of the vehicle, rapid acceleration, and hard braking and cornering. It's argued such usage-based information makes premium pricing more individualized, rather than relying on aggregated statistics and driving records based on past trends and events. What do the user agreements say about claims? A review of several carriers' telematics device agreements reveals that most, but not all, include language expressly addressing the use of the data for claims purposes. The following excerpts represent examples. Travelers' IntelliDrive. March 2023 IntelliDrive End User License Agreement. Section 8. Monitoring Analysis. Excerpt. Travelers may use such data for premium calculation, claim services, and research purposes. If we provide data to you or a third party, whether pursuant to a legal obligation or otherwise, we may use that data in connection with the reasons for which it was disclosed to protect our and our affiliates' interests, for claim adjudication, and any other purpose. We will not disclose information to third parties except as permitted by the privacy policy. Progressive Snapshot. March 2022. Snapshot plug-in device terms and conditions. Acknowledgement/vehicle owner consent. Excerpt. You agree we may analyze snapshot data for detecting whether an accident may have occurred and offering assistance to you at the scene. In the event you have an insurance claim with us, you agree we may use snapshot data to assist in resolving the claim. This may include, but is not necessarily limited to, validating the circumstances of the accident, such as date and time of loss and crash location, making liability and coverage determinations, and conducting investigations or policy and or claims fraud and material misrepresentation and any potential subrogation or litigation involving the claim. Statutes and regulations. Of our three states, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Delaware, only Delaware has a statute which addresses use of telematics data collected by carriers. Since the statute does not expressly address the use of data for claims purposes, it therefore does not prohibit the use of data for claims purposes. See 18 Delaware Code, Section 3918 Vehicle Data Reporting Device. Delaware's statute requires consent of the insured for purposes of data collection and use. In 2020, Maryland's General Assembly introduced legislation which, among other things, would have expressly allowed for use of collected data for claims investigation. However, the legislation was not passed into law. See Maryland HB 267 of 2020. Pennsylvania does not presently have any statute or pending legislation which addresses the issue. Given there are no statutory prohibitions in either Maryland or Pennsylvania, the agreement between the insured and the carrier would govern the issue. The bottom line. If the agreement between the insured and carrier permits use of collected data for claims purposes, and there are no state statutes or regulations which prohibit it, then the use of collected data for such purposes would be permissible. If you should have any questions, you can reach Don at donb@iabforme.com or 717-918-9204. That is all for this month's Don's Discussion. Thank you for listening. This is not a legal opinion and should not be relied upon as such. The intent of this document is to provide a general background regarding the topic or topics discussed, not to provide legal advice. Producers and agencies should consult an attorney regarding specific situations and specific questions with respect to the topic or topics covered in this document. Neither the IA&B nor any of its employees shall be responsible for any errors or omissions regarding any statements made in this document, nor any errors or omissions regarding any statutes, regulations, court rules, or any other government documents cited.
Insurance Agents and Brokers is the premier resource and champion for independent insurance agencies in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Delaware. For more information, visit iabforme.com.